Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I have prepared a small kind of demonstration for the project too, though it's not complete. But I'll be showing you how the dynamics of this entire project are working. Okay. So, all right. So basically, this is the first. This is the last. Just magnify this one. This is the fast API file. Over here, we are initiating a fast API instance, and then we are creating these routes. And yeah, so these routes are being created. So what am I doing over here is that so I can just comment this one. Okay. So in this fast API environment, in this fast API file, Uh, I just have one endpoint over here, which is for okay. So this is for okay. This is one endpoint to get get the encodings, get the embeddings. So get the embeddings from the sentence transformers library, and over here you can see that whenever a particular question has been passed to this particular endpoint with whatever parameters we have. Let's say if I am over here and I'm going to pass this particular question. Okay, let's pass to this endpoint, and my question is this, and let's put the file name as anything abcd dot zip, let's say, and let's see. Okay. What we can do is let's convert it to this object at that moment. Right. So let's send it. Let's wait for the response. I guess it's not going to work. So the thing is that this particular endpoint will so what this endpoint is doing is that it's taking the question which is present over here, it's taking this question uh, key from the body, and this so we have a file as well, file key as well, and what we're going to do is that this this particular function, it will pass this question from the body to a sent to this particular function from the sentence transformers uh, uh, file which I have created. So I have one other file which is over here. So this particular file is basically used to identify which question are we talking about. Okay. So you can see that I have taken about 3 questions over here. And what we're doing is we're using sentence transformers to create embeddings. And these embeddings are being applied over this question bank, over these 3 questions, right? And these 3 questions are being encoded. Uh, we are able to get these embeddings. And after getting these embeddings, we are we are also encoding the question that we have got, and then we are actually using uh, cosine similarities to identify which question are we talking about. Okay, so I demonstrated this in the last session, but let me do it once again. uh, let's not close it. Here we have it, and it's the match. So this one is here. Let's keep them side by side. Fine. So let me demonstrate it by sending. Okay, this is good, and everything is fine. Okay, let's send it. So it's creating those embeddings. Okay, this one. Okay. Let's let's just change it to Okay, the thing is that we are not sending it over here. We have to fetch it from the response, right? From the body. And to get it from the body, we have to use this item. Is it okay? Okay, we are getting these responses. Let's move this file one for the moment. And it's an str. Okay, okay. Let me ask GPT for that.
I think question should be asked in the form data, not JSON
Mm-hmm.
in the body.
You can please repeat.
Question should be asked in the form data in the request
Yeah, in the
at the
form
request
data.
point. Mhm,
Yeah.
at the request point.
Okay, 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 okay. That's a valid point. Yeah, 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 yeah. This should be used over here. So,
It may be a stupid question, but how do you do this programmatically without using Thunder Client?
without using Thunder client, uh,
Hmm.
uh,
Like, not
using
like the
what do you want to do without the
we are
Thunder
having
client?
an endpoint, right? Which is like post.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how does this handle in the in the
This can be done using the request library, no? You're
like
asking that.
we are sending as form. No? So
Mhm.
how do we catch this data on our backend?
Yeah, how we cache that data, and that's what I'm trying to do actually.
Okay.
And I had this. Let me keep it over here. So this is a form as well. Let's see if I'm to fetch it out. So actually, I made some changes in my data. That's why it's not working as intended. But let's try to debug it. Right. Send. Let's try now. Okay. It's probably doing something. Let's check over here. Um, right. So it's able to print the question. It's getting the question, and I believe it must have created the. Uh, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. So it has returned the question that was uh, after creating these embeddings. It has returned this question, the question which is the most similar to the one we have asked it, right? So whoever suggested using this form tab instead of JSON, so thanks a lot. So over here, what I did was it's pretty simple. So I had this question bank of 3 questions. We created the embeddings for this, right? Then we created the embeddings for the question. So this particular question that we have asked, this one, this particular question. So I've created the embeddings for this question. We used cosine similarities to identify which question is the most similar to the asked question, and then we have returned this particular question. Fine. So this is how we are actually getting the intended question. Which and now, so the thing is that why am I using encodings to actually identify which question am I talking about? The thing is that in my code, I basically know that which questions are we talking about. So over here, as you can see that this is a JSON file, and over here, I have mapped these questions, these specific questions, to a particular function, right? So this is a function name actually, which is present over here. So this is my functions.py file where these functions are present. And what I'm doing is that in this JSON file, I am mapping these questions, this entire string for this question with this one, with this particular string name, the name of the function. I have these functions over here, and then in the index file, index.py file, I am calling these functions. So I also get the so as you can see that after getting the match, so the match over here is, so as we see that this is what we are returning. So this is the match. So what is the match? The match is this particular response that we have got. Yeah. So the match is this particular response that we have got, right? And what I am doing at the moment, I am using this particular string to get the name of the function that we want to use, right? So let me try it. By the way, I guess this would fail because what I have to do is I have to get this question bank. Okay, I have to get this question bank from the file itself. Mhm. Let's see. So it is the question bank. Let me keep a backup for this, and self dot question bank is equal to, I will then uh, mapper question bank JSON of loads, and what we have to do is, it says okay, I have to import JSON as well. Import JSON, right? So here we have it, and I want the keys, and from those keys I want to convert it to a list, and I believe this should work. Let's check it. Let's try running it once again, commenting this out. Let's try running it. Hopefully this should work. So basically it's taking, what I suspect is it's taking this amount of time because it's creating those embeddings using syntax transformers. Let's see.
Hey, maybe I missed something here, but shouldn't the, because the server is running, shouldn't the embeddings already be there?
Can you please repeat?
Since our server is running
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making changes,
So
so shouldn't the
yeah, the
embeddings already
server is running, but these embeddings I'm actually, so this is my bad on the, so this is my bad that I'm not storing these embeddings somewhere.
okay?
That's why these embeddings are being created once again. So when you are creating these embeddings, you should be absolutely sure that you have to store these embeddings in a particular file and then import them and use them as required. Fine. Okay. It's taking a lot of time. Let's check what's the issue. Usually, um, match. We have this match question, and okay, some value of these symbols. Okay, this has printed or not? Okay, okay, so okay, okay, okay. It doesn't have any attribute question bank. Uh, Fine. Let's check what's the issue. Okay, it's question mapper. Should be question bank. Right. Now let's cancel this request. Cancel, 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 cancel. Let's close it. Open one more instance under client, request, and our API endpoint is this, and set trans. The okay, so the form would be question, and let's paste that particular question. Where is that? Let's copy it from here. Okay, I copied it, and where is it? Where is it? Yeah, underline. Underline. So here it is, and the file would be abcd dot zip. Okay, let's hope it works. Connection was forcibly closed, but yeah, okay. Okay, it's starting to reload stuff. And okay. Mm, Using question bank. Huh? Yeah, using question bank. And creating the instance. Have a look at it. So there's the question, and let's print set the question. There it is. Okay, let's try running it once again. Okay, hopefully it should work. Is it working? Okay. Okay, it's printing the question bank. That's good. And I suppose it's creating the embeddings at the moment. Hmm. Let's go for it. These embeddings will be created. And in the meanwhile, let me show you what I am actually doing. Okay. What's my thought process at solving this question? Okay. I'll draw. Fine. Okay. Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes, yes.
All right. So what I am doing at the moment is that I am so I have a fast API server. Let me get that up. I have a fast API server running. Fine. And over here, what I'm doing is that whatever uh, whatever requests come to this particular server. So this is a request coming. What I'm doing is that I will, so this particular request will contain, let me use another color. This particular request will be containing the, firstly the question and the file, right? So these two things, this particular request will be containing. And what I am going to do is that, first of all, I will pass this particular question. So my first priority over here is that I want to identify which question I'm talking about, right? So we already know that what all questions will be asked. So the questions are basically the questions from GA1 to GA5, right? So we know that we have about 50, more than 50 actually, about 50 questions. And so we know that we have these particular, so I have a question bank present over here, and this question bank has about 50 plus questions, right? So I want to identify which question in this question bank does this question relate to. Okay, so uh, okay, so what I want to do is I want to identify that which question, which particular question in this question bank does this question which has been asked to us is relating to. Okay, and for that I'm using the embeddings part. Okay, fine. So embeddings can be created using sentence transformers. That's one way, sentence transformers, or the other way is using LLMs, right? And when you're using LLMs, so if you're using LLMs or if you're using sentence transformers, it's a good practice that you store these embeddings uh, when you get them, right? So storing them is the okay. So you have to store these embeddings somewhere. So that's what I'm doing wrongfully at the moment, that I'm not storing these embeddings. It's really important that you store them. So in sentence transformers, you can create these embeddings any number of times, but the thing is that it will take a lot of time, right? So create, and with LLMs, so it consumes your tokens to create these embeddings. So it's always wise to store them, right? So store your embedding somewhere and then use them uh, whenever you get this question, right? So what I am doing right now, so let's say I have identified that this particular question which is present in the question bank has been asked with me, has been asked to me, right? Now what I will do is, now I also have a file, a particular file, where I have mapped, okay, so I also have a file where I have mapped that with which particular question. So I have 50 questions. Let's say I have 50 questions. So for 50 questions, I have 50 functions as well, right? So for these 50 questions, I have 50 functions, right? These 50 functions are going to perform whatever these particular questions asked. Okay, so these are custom-made questions. Now these are custom-made functions. Now, after identifying that which question we are talking about, we have to map the particular, we have to map the particular question. So this is my question. I have to map this particular question with the function that I have to use. And for that, I've created that question mapper JSON file. So if I take you back to that particular file, where is that? Yeah. So overhead, you can see that I have this particular question with which, so this is the key and this is the value. This is a value and the value is the name of the question, right? This is the name of the question that we have to use for this whenever we have been given this question. Okay. Now, so we have this function. Now this function is in string format. Okay. So I have one other file which contains all my functions. Let's use this one. Okay. I have one other file with the name of functions, which contains all these 50 questions which I have created manually. Okay, so these 50 questions, we have this particular, we have the are stored in this functions.py file. Now, what I am doing is that I will import all these questions, all these functions from this particular file to index.py, index.py, and then I will and then I will call these functions whenever. So I have identified which function we are talking about, which question we are talking about. So I know that which function I have to use, and that's mentioned in that JSON object, right? In that JSON file. So after getting that, so let's say you have correctly identified your question, you have correctly identified which function you want to use. You have that the name of the function. So in this case, it was GA1 Q12, right? So after identifying this, that this is the function we have to use, you will be extracting that particular string from the global objects and then calling it as a function. So that's one thing that you can check from ChatGPT, and it will be able to tell you how you can use a string name. So this is a string, right? We have extracted this uh, from the JSON object. So we have this string. Now, how you can call this particular string? So this is the name of the function, right? So how you can call this function by the name of the function, right? So this is what you can check from ChatGPT. And after running this function, so this function will be it will require some particular parameters, right? So these parameters will be run, and this function will be running in functions.py, and it will return me something. It's going to return me with a response, and this response I will be sending back to the index.py file from that endpoint. So this is the workflow which I am currently thinking about, and this is how this entire workflow will be working. All these components are connected to each other using basic simple imports, and this is the workflow which I can think about of solving this question. So, guys, do you have any questions regarding this?
No, this seems fine.
Yeah. So let's. So this is the explanation part. Let's head back to the. Is it? Let's head back to the code, right? So. Okay, for some reason this it is not working, and what we can do is first and foremost let's close this. Okay, it's printing this. Okay, it's printing this particular value. We have download this entire question. It's present over here. Okay, we have the question bank. Fine. What we can do is let's cancel this request at the moment. Okay, this has been cancelled by the user, and we had this question. So this time, let's see. We can. So index.py is running, and this should now. We should have loaded the question mapper. Let's try running this once again. And okay, it has printed this. We have the question bank present. Okay, question bank is ready. Then it should start creating the embeddings. But for some reason, it's not creating that. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's check the length of this. Okay, let's do one thing. That let's um, okay, it's correct, but it's not creating the embeddings. Anyway, let's not waste our time over here. Let's just use this basic simple strings, and so here we are doing the embeddings part, and it's done. Now, now that we have identified the question that we are asking them, so now what we should do, so this is where we are actually we are using the global. So globals is actually a dictionary which contains the names of all the variables which has been globally defined, right? So if you just print this globals, you will be able to see all the variables present, right? So from this variable, we are just from this particular dictionary, we are calling this particular function name, and I'm passing these values, and it should go back to the functions.py file. Okay. uh, I'm passing the question and I'm passing the file. Okay, let's go over here and let's check that if this is working or not. Okay, so this is done. Let's print something. Okay, let's print something. Let's print okay, action called. Fine, let's print this. Okay, okay, so this is here, and sentence trans also working, and index.py, this should work. And let's send our request once again. As it works. Anyway, let's send a request, and let's check if here is it. Let's send it. Okay, it's a post. My bad. Okay, other. Okay. So the thing is that it's not able to find that particular thing. Okay. The thing is that I actually have to. I had to use that embeddings. Okay. Let's do one thing. I'll copy it from here. Sentence transformers, and this should work. Okay, let's send it once again. Okay, it's sending, and let's hope it works this time.
Random
Anyway, we have that 5% over there. Should return this. Somehow it's not. Okay, so anyway, this I have to once look into it. So this should work, but it's not working at the moment. So there might be some issue with the how the questions are being placed, the questions are being used. So you have to look into that. So when you are using these, when you are creating this particular JSON file, you have to keep in mind that whatever whatever questions that you keep over here in whichever formatting you are using them, so that exact same thing should be present in the sentence transformers file as well. Okay, so that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Perhaps
writing that, huh? Definitely.
so okay, so this is
No,
it's not working. Anyway, I have to check that once. Okay, so there is some problem with this match value. and it's not able to run after that. So I have to look into that and see what's the issue. It's most probably it's with this how the questions are being stored and how they are being used. So earlier I used another question formatting without removing the escape characters, the newland characters, and the multiple space characters. So that's why it's creating that wrong. So that can be rectified pretty easily, but it's not working at the moment. So let's move ahead. Let's do one thing. What I will do is let's search for. So this is the particular name of the. It's GA1Q. This was the name of the function that we had to use. This one, mhm, this one, right? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So now this particular line should work, and it should redirect. It should run this particular function which is present over here. Fine. So let's again send this request and check it. Okay. So it has, okay. So guys can see this function called. So this means that the connection has been established and this is working now. So the rest of the part is just solving this question, and so that is what you guys have to do yourself. And uh, so yeah, so this part is done, and now the next bit is what we could do is we have to what we could do is we have to deploy it. Okay, and for that, okay, so for that we have created this application. Now for deployment part, let's have a look at let's ask ChatGPT instead. Was Azure, right? So in the last session, we showed you how you can access Azure Education Pack and get some free credits. Mhm. So to sign in. Mm, It's taking a lot of time to load this. Hello, hello. I'm audible.
Yes, audible.
Okay, okay. Let's check on how. So this is a ChatGPT response. or deploy a fast API app on Azure. So set up your fast API app locally. Okay, requirements are txt, my project, toml, or dependencies. Fine. Next is okay, this is done. Install Azure CLI and login. Okay, this is what I have to do. Create Azure resources, app service plan, deploy your application, configure startup commands, access your app. Okay. Mm, let's check if there is a way to uh, deploy it without using these CLI commands. Instead, we can simply deploy it using the UI just present over there.
Can you also ask how much uh, money will it also take, or is it free?
The thing is that Azure, on Azure, you can avail the education pack where you can use the student email ID, the IDMPS student email ID, and you can get $100 worth of credits for free for 1 year.
Yeah, I know that. But the thing is that last year I had to get my Microsoft certificate, so I had to use my resources. So I am only left with $23.
$23. Okay. So I guess $23 are is a good amount, and you can work with that. What I will suggest you is that you should be much economic with all your credits, right? So what you can do is instead of so one thing that Jivraj pointed out is that instead of so what mostly people do is that they run their server, their Azure server, and they forget to close it. And after a few, when they forget to close it, after a few time, after a certain duration, all those credits have been consumed, and you're not able to use those credits again. So uh, what you can do is run your application locally first, create your entire application, then configure it for Azure, and then just run your server for some trial runs, and then after that, when if everything is okay, just submit it and open your Azure server for the uh, for the evaluation part. Okay. So that's what I will suggest you. So these $23 can be worked with, and if you use them economically. Mm, Azure assignment. What I can see is that you have to create an Azure resources. Okay. Okay. So ask it how to deploy without the commands, just using the UI. Which is simple. Okay. Azure portal and login. Fine. So this is my account over here, and create a resource, search for, and select app service, and then click on create. Create a resource. Uh, what was it? It is app service. Okay, app service. I guess it's present in this web app. Hmm, app service. App service. Yeah, there it is. Where's offers are not closed. Okay, close. Now click on create. Okay, app service create. No app service domain. Hmm, let's click on this web app. I think that this is going to work. Okay, where we are creating a web app. Use app. So yeah. So this is the part. So I guess ChatGPT is bit. It's not uh, much aware about the current UI of Azure. So currently it's a web app instead of app service. So let's create a web app. And for Azure subscription, okay. Next, app service configurations. Is choose a subscription type as your student. Add something. Okay, resource group. There is nothing like that. Web app name. Yes, this is going to be TDS project 2. Fine. And next, okay. So in the resource group, we have to add something. Resource group. Thing is present. Fine. Let's just leave it. Name, publish, set to code. Fine. Next is runtime stack. It's Python 3x. Python. Let's make it Python 10. So I'm using 3.10, and it would be running on Linux. Yeah, Linux is the only option you can get. Region Canada, Canada Central. Fine. Okay, it's saying that you should choose the region which is closest to you. Let's see, we have something like that. South India. Do we have North India as well? There is no North India, so only it's present in only South India. Fine, let's go ahead with that. Okay, and then what we do next? App service plan. Create a new new plan or use an existing one. Choose the pricing tier. Okay, it's all about that. Basic one. It's a daily ACUS estimated. I think that this is the one which we are getting for free. Okay, so this is the free part, and this is 1,500, 1,153 INR per month. Let's select this one. Okay. Okay. Let's review and create. Okay. We are reviewing it. Let's click on create. Next step, for the next steps, deploy our application. After the app is created, go to newly created app service. In the left menu, deployment center. Okay, deployment option. Fine. It's validating. Okay, so it's deploying. It's already deploying. Okay. App has been created. Okay. Let's wait for this. Okay, so this has been deployed. Let's wait for this to finish. TDS project. Okay, deployment is complete. Go to resources. Resource group was created successfully. Okay. Open new. Open new. All right. So this is my dashboard. Is the exact same thing. Fine. Okay. So the next step is after the app is created, go to the newly created app service. This is the app service. Okay. Now summary. This is the rental component encoder and I have a loading. Okay. Let's check. Click deployment center. Click deployment center. Yeah, here it is. Okay, deployment center, deployment options, choose GitHub. Okay, so I have to push it on GitHub as well. So that would be fairly simple task. All right.
Will it only cost money for the model you used, like approx $18 per month,
Approx.
or will it also cost money for each request we will make for it?
Yeah. So the thing is that it won't cost you for each and every request. So it will cost you for the server running. Okay. So the only charge is whenever your server is running. Okay. But I guess that we have to charge for when a API request has been sent. But generally, if your server is running and no request has been made, so you will be charged for that. It's not an exception that if, let's say, your website hasn't been accessed by anyone, then you won't be charged. So you will be charged because that service is running and it's constantly running that for you. So yeah, it's not like that only when API request is sent. Yeah. Any questions, Arush?
No, I just wanted to ask that will it charge if I make a request for it, or only the basic charge of $18 per month, depending on the model you choose?
Can you please repeat once again? I'm sorry. Uh, Actually there is a lot of background noise in your wherever you are.
I was asking that will it charge me for each request I will make for my server, or only the basic model that that is, I guess,
That's
clear.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So this service, it would be running your code, constantly running your code, and it will charge you for that. I don't think that it will charge you for run for just specifically giving an API request. It will charge you generally for running your file. So yeah, okay. Supposed to be done now. Add. Okay. Let's check its status. Fine. Now git connect and uh, first got it. Now let's head back to GitHub. Public, create a repository. Copy this. Let's add a remote. Add it. Git push q origin. Is it master or main? Where is it? It's main. Okay. Push you origin main. Field push. Uh, is it master then? Yeah, it was master. Fine. So our GitHub is ready. Our application is over here. Fine. Now let's head back to Azure. Okay. So source is going to be GitHub. Authorize. So this is one thing that whenever you are going to use GitHub for anything, you have to authorize it. Uh, okay. Okay. This is done. Signed in as this is this. Organization this, and now for the repository we'll be using TDS Proj 2. Yeah, here it is. Branch is master. Building is in Python, version Python 3.3, 3.10. Let's check if everything we are doing is right or not. GitHub, follow the prompt to connect to GitHub. Okay, okay, okay. If you're using, okay, got it. Configure startup command. In the left menu, go to configuration. Okay. Where is configuration? Configuration. Azure. Okay, user identity basic authentication. Nah, I don't need it. Okay. Workflow. Let's see. It's asking me to go to configuration, left menu, search for configuration. Okay, workflow configuration file with configuration workflow defined by settings above. Okay, let's click on preview file. Okay, workflow configuration. Okay, this is how it's going to present us. Docs. Okay, 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 okay. Can I edit this? Oh, I can't. It's okay. Existing workflow configuration exists. To search for workflow configuration. Yeah, here it is. Configuration in settings. Your unsaved edits will be discarded. Okay, let's save it. I guess it has been saved. Let's wait for notification. Okay, it's setting up the deployment part. Action build. Okay. Okay, let's wait for it. No deployments found. If you have just configured, refresh logs. Let's refresh it. Right, let's head back to configuration. Fine. Okay. So what is ChatGPT telling us to do? In startup command box, startup. Yeah, it is. Copy this. Mm, it's index at post this. Fine. I don't think that I have to change anything else. Uh, it's telling to hit save. By restart, if you are updating application settings, continue. Updating web app settings. Okay. Let's check if our app has not overview. Okay. Logs. Okay. So, aha, activity logs. Okay. Where is the location where I can see my domain from? Customer domain. Let's check this. The IP address is this. Custom domain. Okay. Uh, okay. Secure. Is there something I can do over here? Guys, anybody having any ideas? How can I access the?
You can match it with the GPT one. I guess GPT also showing a sample domain.
Okay, okay, it's telling me to go to the overview page. Fine, overview. Okay, 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 okay. That was my bad. So let's open this. Is it going to work? Let's do one thing. Let's send this sentence trump and let's copy this. Let's send our request using this instead. Let's check if it's working or not. Send. Let's hope it works. That will mean our deployment is complete. And what's present over here? Okay. It's taking a lot of time for sure. So then let's create a basic landing page domain, sorry, endpoint as well. Let's push it to GitHub.
If we change something in our code, we just have to push it to GitHub.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't have to redeploy it again in the resources group. We just
I
put
don't
it.
I don't think so because I guess CI/CD pipeline is activated over here. Okay, we have to pull something first to integrate our changes. Okay, so it might have changed some things. Fine. Let's just close this once. I have to pull it. Okay. Let's take a backup first. Let's copy and paste. Ah, okay. Sync. Okay, sync changes. Pull and push commits from origin master. What have I changed in GitHub? In the first one. Ah, okay, 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 okay. So it has added this particular file, GitHub workflows file. Yeah. So this is a actions file, I guess. Okay. So let's pull it first. Okay. Here it is. So GitHub and then workflows. Fine. This is here, and now I will. Uh, okay. So it has merged the landing part as well. Fine. Let's check if it has. Let's check the logs. I can find logs. Log stream. It's connected. Yeah. Here it is. Stop side. Failed in startup. Okay. Okay. Start live log stream. Okay. Okay. It's failing to start somehow. Hmm. There is some problem with this, and I suppose requires a lot, some kind of debugging. Okay, so what we can do is it's showing us application error because if you are the application administrator, you can access the diagnostic server resources. Let's check. Okay, so details the resource was not found. It may have been deleted. Okay, If this was launched from pinned title on dashboard, should be removed. Okay, there is some problem. Files. Yes. Uh, here it is. Index.py. Guys, let's do one thing. So, okay, it has merchant has failed. Why build and deploy Python? Uh, okay, it has failed for a reason. Which branch? Deploy Python configuration. Some checks were not successful. Okay. Okay, guys, let's do one thing because I guess we have to debug this and check whatever problems are occurring. Let's do one thing. Uh, we will. So we have covered the demonstration part. We have covered how you can create those connections between these things. So what we can do is to demonstrate the perfectly working application. We'll be demonstrating that in the Thursday session because if I start debugging it right now, it will take a lot of time. So let's do it on Thursday instead. We will present you with a working application, and then you can take you can refer to that application. Okay. So for now, let's do one thing. Let's. By the way, guys, anybody having any questions regarding all this, whatever we have done?
For the Thursday section, can you also add a question which include folder
Which
file? I mean,
includes.
which include uploading a file.
Yeah, sure.
Large file folder.
Yeah, sure. By the way, guys, I will recommend you to uh, create a discourse post where you post whichever questions in whatever GA you are facing the problems with in creating this application, and we will try and solve them and then present it to you on the Thursday session. Because there are a few questions
Okay.
which might
But
create some problems.
but the thing is that most question will require some change of code when we will try it from deployment API, right? So
Specific change.
yeah, so right now we are also not sure how to change our code, so we can't
Yes.
also ask you what doubt we have in this specific question. For example, in Wurzel, we know that Linux command can't work. So because I tested it with the API, it was not working. I'm not sure of
Yeah.
Azure also. So we can't know as long as we try it from there.
Yeah.
And it took lot of time, sir.
Yeah.
Also, the one problem which I am facing is that you said you will show on Thursday. I have OPP on Saturday and Sunday on.
Okay.
So it will be hectic for me also. Is there any
Sir,
chance to
actually we have lot of work like OPP, Vivas, and this project also. So
Look, what I will
very
suggest you
hectic.
that start building all the. So there are few. So you're saying that there are few problems when you are facing and few questions. Start preparing the functions for other questions which you are not facing the problem with.
I have
Okay.
already created all the functions. The only thing left
Okay.
is deployment and to test it via deployment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, what you can do is that. By the way, what problems are you facing while deploying that?
First of all, the route is that where to deploy exactly because you are also facing some problem in Azure, which you will tell on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also creating some confusion in me also that whether Azure is the right choice at this point or not. And even if we succeed, then I will have to change my code according to Azure also, right? Not every code work on every deployment. We have to change
Mm-hmm.
some bit of it. So that will also require the time. So I can't know what part of my code I have to change for Azure unless until I tried it via the API, which Azure will give me.
Okay. Uh, well, the Azure is giving you these 100 credits, $100 credits. So I would recommend you guys to use Azure in this case. And so you can use DigitalOcean as well. You can drop it over there and you can use it. But I will recommend you to do it on Azure. Right. So I would say that we will show you that demonstration on Thursday. But until that, keep trying, and perhaps you will succeed, and you can also demonstrate your application on Thursday session.
Sir,
Saransh,
I
can
have
you
one doubt.
Yeah.
If you can,
um,
Arush ask.
yeah, Saransh, can you do one thing also in the demonstration? Can you include a question which is of deployment, like deployment on version, and one question which include file uploading, like file
That's what
extract?
I'm saying. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. You create a discourse post. Uh, Instead, not create a discourse post. Create a post on the in that thread in that project to thread, and mark all the questions which you're facing the problem with, and we will do some sorting out, and we will filter out few questions which we believe that are genuinely we should demonstrate. And in Thursday session, we will demonstrate the application with those questions specifically. Okay. Yeah, Lakshya, ask a question.
Sir, I have a question regarding the output of the request. So, can I show you here?
You want to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
So, sir, it is regarding the GA3 question number 6. So,
GA3 question number 6. Okay.
yes, sir. Sir, just a second. So, sir, when I send a post request and I frame the question here, question number 6, I am getting output like this
Mm-hmm.
in JSON format, but
Yeah.
it's not accepted by the portal. If I put this answer in my portal, so it's give me incorrect answer. So
Yeah,
if
that's
I
going to
change
happen.
my yeah,
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 that's going to happen, and that's understood. So we will consider that. So you can, so whatever answer you are getting, that's fine. That's correct. Uh, so few things is one thing is that in portal, uh,
mhm,
so in portal, the multiple things which are present on the portal that can, which you actually answer in the portal, you can't send it in an API response, right?
yes,
So
sir.
yeah, so that's understood, and you can use that. You can use the code instead. That's fine. Whichever whatever answer you are getting at the moment, that's absolutely fine.
Okay, that slash and etc.
Yeah, that's
also
fine.
fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, we don't have to give plain answer for that. Like
No,
this is
you don't
working
have
in
to.
portal.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Guys, anybody having any other questions?
Sir, actually, in Anand's session, he told us that we can upload the file as well that we are having it with the questions. But in today's session, sir told us, Carton sir said that the file can be changed, and some of students also said that files are different. So we need to pass the file as well and extract the content.
Uh, uh, Pardon, can you please? This question?
I guess this issue is solved. File which have large size have to be in the code, and file which don't have much size can be passed.
Large file
Look,
we have
look, look,
to
look.
pre-download it.
Uh,
Okay.
Sakshi, uh,
Yes.
Sakshi, please correct me if I'm not able to understand you correctly. You are saying that you are saying that you won't be able to. Like, you're saying that you won't get the files with the API request. Is that what you are saying?
No, sir. Actually, I'm asking that we should pass the file as well in the query that we for the function so that it can
Yeah.
extract that file.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what
So
I'm
you
asking.
will.
So for
So
the
you
large
will.
files, we can upload those files with our codes, but
Yeah.
for the low for the less large files, we can use that function calling for that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that.
Okay, sir.
Anybody having any other questions? Any questions regarding GS7? Because tomorrow is the deadline, and if you guys have any other questions, just ask right now. We have about 20 more minutes. Well, I don't think so that anybody have questions. Okay, then I think that it would be fine to wrap up this live session because there are no other questions regarding anything, so we can wrap up the session now.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for, thank you for joining, guys. We'll meet on Thursday. Okay.